I know what you're thinking. You're asking, why would you TPK your party over circle casting? It's just a rule and you're an adult man. Yeah, you're right, but this isn't because I'm a vindictive asshole. Usually. It's for two reasons. Reason number one is your party can do some pretty stupid stuff with circle casting, which means you as the DM have to compensate for that by increasing the difficulty. Then if they don't do the stupid thing, now you made it too difficult and now you just killed your party. So let's talk about some of the ways players can exploit circle casting. And I want to start with what I think will be the most common one. Biggest exploit with circle casting is, let's say your fighter is 19 fighter, 1 wizard. Well, they can circle cast as well as anyone else. So let's say you're a fighter. For the most part, you're 5 levels of fighter, 1 level of wizard. So you have constitution as proficiency in your saving throws, so you're really good at concentration, but luckily you can only concentrate on first level spells, right? Wrong, because you have a wizard in your party who casts hypnotic pattern. Once it comes to your turn, you use your action to circle cast. So now you're concentrating on hypnotic pattern just like the wizard, but once it gets back to the wizard's turn, they can end concentration on hypnotic pattern and then cast, say, fear right after. So now there's hypnotic pattern and fear on the battlefield, but you only have one caster because circle casting allows concentration to be spread throughout the team. That's pretty annoying and pretty game breaking. Now this could be balanced by having a bunch of encounters in a day, but if you're gonna have one big encounter, this is going to make that encounter much easier. And because now you have to consider that when you're balancing as a DM, if you make it too easy, then if they're using this tactic, well, now you're not going to be challenging them at all, but if you make it too difficult and they don't use this tactic, well, now you're killing your party accidentally.
Well, that's a problem.
While I think this concentration is probably going to be the most exploitable, there's going to be other ones that stand out. The ability to shoot spells like 1,000 feet further with circle casting is pretty crazy. Let's say you wanted to do a cool ship-to-ship combat where they're dancing and maneuvering around each other. Well, that's just not going to happen if there's circle casting involved, because they're going to be casting fireballs from ship to ship, lighting sails on fire, burning down ships way before the combat even begins, which is a major bummer. So then you have duration. You can circle cast something like haste and give it to an ally for an hour, so it lasts a lot more combats than it otherwise would have. And if you have enough circle casters, you can make it last all day, which is pretty crazy. Now, I think there's a lot more exploring of circle casting to be done. What is the most broken way to use it? So if you guys have any exploits on the player side for circle casting, let me know in the comments down below. And the second reason is we as the DM can do some pretty fun and stupid stuff with circle casting that we might just kill our party because we're having too much of a good time trying some new thing. So here's a cool idea. Let's pretend that there's a big bad demon and he has all of his cultists, right? So he's going to start casting spells at the beginning of the day if he thinks there's going to be a fight. And he's going to have his cultists concentrate on each spell, but they all buff him. So you have one cultist concentrating on Spirit Guardians. You have another concentrating on Haste. You have another concentrating on X, Y, and Z. So when you get to this big bad fight, you have this crazy strong demon doing all sorts of crazy stuff. But as you kill the cultists or just make them lose concentration, the demon gets weaker and weaker and weaker. That sounds like a sick combat. Then on the other side, we have a pirate ship that's chasing you down and they're circle casting fireballs at your cells. And that's terrifying if you don't have circle casting. Or maybe there's a group of wizards up on a mountaintop and they're chucking fireballs down this mountaintop and your party has to move in between cover as they climb this mountain to go wreck these wizards' day. That sounds like a pretty neat encounter. So again, what I want to hear from you guys is what are some cool encounter ideas using circle casting? Let me know in the comments down below. Overall, circle casting can be a fun feature for players and DMs, but it messes with the difficulty scaling in a major way. This difficulty variability on both the players and the DM side may cause several TPKs as DMs try to figure out the balance. That's just my initial take on circle casting. I think it's going to be ultimately mostly forgotten about, but every now and again it's going to be really cool. Alright, with that my friends, hope you have yourselves an incredible day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.